What happened to your marriage, Rosemary?
Well, I think that a lot of things happened. I think that that probably the person that Joe married, the kind of lighthearted, easygoing person, I changed because I thought that since I was married to that kind of an important star, I thought that perhaps I should be more serious about everything, and learn how to, really take care of the house. And so I was really getting into areas that Joe really didn't want me into. We divorced. It was a very unhappy divorce, really, and I thought that I never would be divorced, and so it was a very big adjustment for me to make. A few years later, well, actually, it was about a year and a half later, we tried again.
Remarried?
Yes, well, actually, we didn't have to remarry. I never picked up the divorce, and so in the state of California, if you don't pick it up, you're still married. And so we went back together and tried it again, and it was, by that time, I had developed quite an interest in barbiturates and tranquilizers, and there was no way in the world that I could make a marriage work. I was relating more to chemicals than to people.
Yeah. What got you onto that? Was it the fact that the marriage had ended, or were there other things?
Oh, I think it was that, but I think it was a lot of other things, too. I think that I was trying to escape the inevitable guilt feelings that I would feel leaving my children. Because by that time, my children were, the oldest one especially, was in school, so I couldn't pick up and take off the way that we had before with a couple of people, so that everybody would be together. It was like a gypsy troupe.
Is it true you were going to dinner parties, heading for the washroom, and then raiding the medicine cabinet and taking whatever kind of pills your hostess happened to have there at the time?
Yes, I did that too.
Just take any pill you can find, you'd pop?
No, I knew pretty much about, I knew what I wanted. I didn't want uppers, I wanted downers. I wanted that kind of escape.
Did you have any trouble getting your pills?
No, always prescriptions.
Doctors would give it, because you're Rosemary Clooney, you can get whatever you want?
Well, it's strange. You have a way of doing things. I was on the road, you see, so I would call up a doctor in a town where I would be working, and I'd say, I have forgotten my sleep medication, and the time change is giving me a little problem with it, and could I have, and you never ask for more than 2, and they always give you 100.
1968. What happened?
I had a nervous breakdown. I was, the beginning of 1968, I started traveling very, very hard. I was running from country to country. I was everywhere that year. Southeast Asia, right after the Tet Offensive. I was in Japan. I was in Germany, England, Rio. I stayed in Brazil for about 3 weeks, and then Canada. Yes, I worked in Canada too. And then I went home to Los Angeles to work with Robert Kennedy. And I did just a couple of campaign things for him. And then I was there at the Ambassador Hotel when he was shot. And that was really the trigger of the whole problem.
You had a strange reaction to that, bizarre. You didn't believe he was dead.
No, couldn't accept that. I could not accept the fact that especially after President Kennedy had been assassinated, that would happen to a senator.
What was that like for you, Rosemary? Here you are, Rosemary Clooney, major star, a friend of some of the biggest names in the world, and then suddenly it all comes crashing around you, and here you are, a patient in a mental institution.
I finally realized that I had a problem. It took some time. The confinement bothered me tremendously. But you see, most of the people there were very young people. And so they didn't know that Rosemary Clooney. And they were just treating me like another human being that had some problems. And that's the way that I was treating them. So it was really a very worthwhile experience.
What did you get out of therapy? What did it do for you?
It seems like such a simple thing to say, that I got the ability to list priorities every day of my life and see what is unimportant and what I can't do anything about, and to see that things like worry is a futile gesture. It seems like such a little thing, but to apply it day by day, it was terribly important to me. And I got better, is what I got out of it.
One of the critics in Canada said, talking about Rosemary Clooney, she's still our Posey, but let's face it, Rosemary Clooney is not the singer she used to be. She's better.
Really? That scared me to death.
Now, when do you believe that?
Every day is better. Every day is better. If it just stays like this, I'll be happy. Honest.
Rosemary Clooney, thank you very much.
Thank you.